Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Nacho Problems, where we turn ordinary recipes into extraordinary nachos. I'm Nacho Queen, but you can call me M. Happy Oktoberfest to all my viewers in Germany. Both of you. I have a very special recipe planned just for the occasion because we're making Pretzel Nachos. Now, just a quick disclaimer, I have never actually made pretzels before, so please be gentle in the comments about how bad my shaping technique is. You do have my full permission, though, to completely roast me for not using a German beer. I apologize, it's what I had on hand, and hey, at least it's not Bud Light. Let's get started. Step 1, the chips. The pretzels will be our chips, and for that we need about 1.5 to 2 cups of flour, 1.5 teaspoons yeast, half a teaspoon salt, half a tablespoon sugar, half a tablespoon melted butter, coarse salt for sprinkling, and 3/4 cup of warm water. You'll also need about 3 tablespoons of baking soda mixed with 3 cups of water for boiling the pretzels before they bake. Start by adding the warm water, sugar, and yeast to a large bowl and give it a little whisk. Now let it sit for about 10 minutes. Next, we're going to add in our melted butter and half teaspoon of regular salt. Then we're going to add in 1.5 cups of flour, half a cup at a time, mixing between each addition. If you have a dough scraper, I recommend you switch to that after the third addition. Now we're going to continue adding flour about 1/8 cup at a time until it's no longer sticky. Mine took another 1/4 cup total, but results will vary. You want it to bounce back when you poke it. Sprinkle some flour down on your counter and knead your dough for about 5 minutes. You might want to set a timer because I promise what feels like 5 minutes is usually about 30 seconds, and 5 minutes actually feels more like 2 hours. If you have a bread maker or a mixer with dough hooks, those would save you a lot of work. I actually have both, and for reasons I can't possibly fathom, used neither. Maybe if you just got your flu shot, you need to work out the soreness in your arm, then by all means be a masochist like me. Remember to keep your surface lightly floured to avoid your dough sticking. Now cover the dough with a tea towel and let it rest for 10 minutes. If you did this by hand, you may also want to rest for 10 minutes. After a good rest, we're going to cut our dough into 12 pieces and then take each piece and roll it out into a long, thin rope about 1 foot long. Next, bring the edges of your rope together, twist them twice, and then fold the end down onto the loop. Give it a little press, and let's try another. Ends together, twist, and fold it down. Now go ahead and preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 205 C. Then add your baking soda to 3 cups of water and bring to a boil over medium-high heat. We're going to dip the pretzels into the boiling water for about 20 to 30 seconds. I recommend doing this in small batches since if you leave them too long, it could give them an off flavor. When you remove them from the water, shake off as much as possible and place them back on the baking tray. Now we're going to sprinkle them with the coarse salt, and then it's into the oven to bake for 10 to 12 minutes or until golden brown. And that's our chips. Next up is step 2, the cheese. For our cheese, we're going to be making, well, cheese, but not just plain cheese. We're making a beer cheese dip. And for that we need 2 tablespoons butter, 2 tablespoons flour, half teaspoon onion powder, half teaspoon garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon salt, half a cup of milk, 1/3 cup of beer, half a teaspoon Dijon mustard, half a teaspoon Worcestershire sauce, and 1.5 cups of cheese. I'm using a sharp cheddar. In a small sauce pot, combine the butter, flour, garlic, onion, and salt, and mix while cooking over medium heat. After about 2 minutes, slowly whisk in your milk and then your beer. I promise no beer was wasted in this recipe, however, cameraman was filming under the influence. Continue to cook, stirring regularly for about 2 minutes and then add in the mustard and Worcestershire. Cook for just 1 minute more, then turn off the heat and add in the cheese. It might seem like this is going to be a lumpy mess, but just trust the process. Keep stirring and it will turn into a silky smooth sauce, and it's going to be great with our pretzels. All we need now is step 3, the toppings. Okay, yes, I let cameraman choose the toppings again, and yes, of course he chose bacon. But really at this point, what did you expect, okay? Let's just go with it and move on to step 4. Let's eat. We're going to start with 3 of our pretzels, smother them with some of the cheese sauce, and finally top them with bacon. Okay, who's up for taste tester? And it's cameraman. Yeah, there's a surprise. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of pretzels, but I will absolutely make these again. I might even try a sweet version next time. And that cheese sauce is great. It was great on the pretzels, maybe even some vegetables. I bet you could even thin it out and make a broccoli cheddar soup. Ooh, that sounds nice. Well, that's all for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, give it a like and please consider subscribing if you want to see more nacho videos. If you have an idea for a future video, you can leave a comment below or tag me on the site previously known as Twitter. I'm at NachoProblemsYT. I've also linked my Blue Sky below, but you won't find me on Facebook, Instagram, or Threads. Now, if you're looking to steal my apron, well, that's nacho merch, but you can get your own at a link in the description. Now, October is a busy month. I've got 5 birthdays I need to prepare for, and someone forgot to tell them that I'm the nacho queen, not the cake decorating queen. But if I do end up on Cake Rex, then that's not your problem. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.